Hey, something very weird happened with my phone. Excuse me, my loves. I'm a couple minutes late here and I've got a phone that wants to be in here. So I thought I was doing this with my phone. Doesn't matter. We're just going to jump right in. I'm going to give you better sound here. I didn't want to be any later. So here we go. Life happens, right? Oh my goodness. All right. So it's Coach Ariel Anderson, and I'm here thinking about you because today we're talking about, you being seen. And what does that have to do with midlife fertility and your pregnancy path? So I wanted to throw that in as a topic before we kind of dive into Q&A, meaning whatever questions that you have. And why is this coming up? So one of the things is that's been popping up into my sphere in my own work with my clients, in my work with you, uh, and wherever I'm connecting in with you around the world, is that inside of what it is that you're creating, whether you are doing this for the first time, pregnancy, creating your thing, or you're doing it again, that a lot of stuff comes up. And inside the path, especially midlife, that's what makes this unique inside the fertility path is that you've been many versions of yourself. There are pieces of yourself, even if you think, oh, I'm just the same. If you really look, you can see what that there've been different pieces of you that have shown up more or less. And over time, that can kind of create many, many layers when you're, out in the world. Oh, I just realized there's something really weird here. I have vegan lunch meat sitting here. Why? Uh, sorry, random. Uh, and and how these many layers affect you being on your path. So I want to welcome you. If you're here for the first time, great. Please subscribe down below, like if anything's interesting for you. Welcome back to the circle. I am in awe of here now or on the, I feel very honored to be inside this story with you. So what did I mean about the different versions? So I'll give you an example of my own life and what was happening inside of my own fertility journey that I had an aha about yesterday when I was thinking about authenticity. You know, that's such a overplayed word in a way these days. Just over and over you're hearing authenticity and be true to yourself and self-care, and it's all very relevant and important, definitely. And I'm sure there might be something like, she's using that word, but just in case there isn't, let's just open the door a little bit there and dive in. So much of my life there've been there's been a duality. There's been this very spiritual, real, open, emotional person. And then there's this other person that was trying to fit in, make things work in regular society, whatnot, who was much more controlled, blending in with the tribe as far as, the stuff and the outfit and the blah and whatever, going to the parties and, you know, that showy part. And there's always been this sort of duality inside of it. And if many years ago, actually before I met my partner, it kind of all happened at the same time, I shifted something inside myself because I realized that duality was still living there. There was the true person and source of my energy. There was the other persona that was doing the work. I was a coach and I was doing corporate and I would go to networking, and there was that person that came out. And somebody said something once very intense about how they perceive me. And I remember thinking, that is not me at all. And why am I mentioning this? Because when I really truly was honest with myself about where I drew energy from, truly, which for me was nature, my spirituality, meaning, my connection to the universe and being receptive intuitively, listening on a more emotional and intuitive level, and having some bit of ritual of some kind, sacred moments or markers in time, all these things, then I vibrated differently. I felt more confident and I was in my life in a way that was authentic. I didn't feel fake. I didn't feel like I was going to be found out for whatever. I don't even know. There's that imposter syndrome thing that comes up when you're not being yourself. Now, how does this relate to fertility? I'm going to tell you. So, as I integrated it together and I realized that actually my favorite clients since when I was working with CFOs and CEOs and InStyle and whatever was always it was when that spiritual piece came in. I was like, oh, permission. Somebody would talk about a piece that was them, that was important to them. And I would just see the doors open and I would say, oh, okay, I can talk about the real stuff now. And I realized that that's where I vibed and I loved it. And so why was I keeping it sort of in my back pocket when that was my work? That was my true self and work. And how did that affect things? Because when you're sort of blocking out certain things to survive, to move forward, whatever it is, we've talked about this before. When you block out one thing, it blocks out a lot of other things as well. Protection and building walls, whatever that is, it just automatically, it's just sort of annoying reality often. And so inside of the fertility path, I've seen this a lot too. And how I experienced it was I remember that so I had a period when I was almost 10 years in one apartment. I loved it. A lot was created there. It was near the castle in Prague. I was just, life was good. And then everything started to shift and crash down in many ways. And it was because I was integrating more together, my work persona and my true self persona, for example, and what I was creating and doing and connecting with. And that was creating synchronicity in my body. And then that rippled out to my life, which meant things changed. Now, I'm not trying to scare you because when you do align things, that's kind of what happens. Things will move, people will react, your life will react. So I lost my apartment and work shifted and some relationships kind of shifted and so a lot happened at once, and then I went into this deep manifestation space, which maybe I'll do a workshop on that with you sometime. That could be fun. A little woo woo, but it worked. And okay, so I really manifested, the apartment, the space, the in this villa. It was amazing. It was just truly magical. I met my partner and now husband, and that was within 1 week of moving. And amazing work manifested, and then the fertility path was starting. So what happened is there was this opening. I was vibing, I was doing, and then I got inside of that life with my husband, pre-husband and husband, where there was a lot of bonus family stuff. There was my own family stuff. There was um, being in life in a different way, and I found myself shift into a mode of uh, a bit survival, but it was also feeling like I needed to fit into a particular space in order to do the fertility things that I was being encouraged to do and to be the person I was supposed to be, uh, not only through other people's eyes, but also my own eyes of how I needed to be. And I think that whether you have external influences or internal influences, that inside of the fertility path, it affects you because you're not being 100% true to yourself. Now, what do I mean? It's not just about maybe you have the duality thing, maybe not. Maybe it's about maybe you do have influences outside which are giving you ideas or thoughts that you may or may not agree with. I can't read this. The chat is not working. What in the heck is going on? Let's see if we can get this to work. Let's see if we can get this to work. Sorry, guys, if you can't chat here. Let's see if I can activate it with my own self. Welcome, and see if it'll keep working. So what I noticed is that in my control, there was too much emotion going on, there was an expectation around the doctors and people that I was working with in the beginning, their ideas, and I sort of, maybe in my overwhelm, kind of, and my connection is that I have plenty of energy, goofball. Let's see if it's working now. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. We have really strong connection here. For some reason, that's going on, and I will, maybe I'm gonna just take a second, externally connect. I thought we didn't need that anymore, but maybe we do. Let's see. That's gonna make things a little easier for us. Excuse me. All right. So you have this piece of where you give things away in moments, and even the strongest person, you may be really strong, and you have your own ideas, and you've got your groove with some mindfulness, de-stress, anti-stressing, so you kind of are in your own space, but it happens anyway. And I just want to encourage you, if there's any piece of that that rings true for you, where you find that uh, you're giving yourself away, meaning you have strong intuition, gut feeling about something, but somehow you're convinced like that this step inside of your fertility is necessary. uh, Someone wants to do things faster or slower than you do. Could be even your partner, could be a voice inside your head. Because remember, that mind, that primal mind, is really all about keeping you safe. And pregnancy is not always safe. The actual physical reality of getting and being pregnant is a risk. As women, it is always going to be a risk. There is never a 100% guarantee. There is never that guarantee. There is not the guarantee that you will, your energy, your life, will maintain exactly the same. I mean, do we even want that? Do you want that? Because that's part of it. Part of your evolution is happening as a result of becoming a mother, being pregnant, going through the fertility process. Even there is an evolution that's happening inside of you. So while I'm encouraging you to come back to yourself, and I'm asking you for a moment to breathe with me and really consider what pieces of you are asking for more energy and space inside of your life. I want to start there, actually. So let's take a breath together and exhale. I just want to take it down a notch because I was getting excited. And if you're in a place where you can, just close your eyes for a moment. Feel inside your body as I ask the question again. Is there a piece of you, a past life, a current life, something that you do or something that really gets you vibing, or you get energized when you are relating or being or doing in this way, that is wanting more of your attention, more space in your life right now? And just see what comes up. And maybe it'll come now. Maybe it will come in the next hours or days. Just open the door. You can open your eyes now and just open that door, open the window, and see what comes. And I ask you to do this because when you are being yourself, when you're allowing yourself to be seen and communicated with and loved and uh, collaborated with, whether it's business, your relationships, your life, your inner life, when you're truly doing that, you're going to attract in the partner, if you don't have a partner yet, the pregnancy and baby, child, person who you are meant to have in your life, and the kind of pregnancy that you need to grow, evolve, to to be the human that you're meant to be, the person. Because if you're here in this circle right now with me. I know that there's an aspect of you that is rippling out light to the world, just being who you are. And so, if there's any dormant part that is just waiting to be present, that maybe got put to the side for the moment because you were taking your temperature or looking for the right partner and trying to adjust to the world, let the world adjust to you right now. Let you be just the tiniest bit more of the true person that you are. If that's raw humor or laughing loudly or digging your hands into the soil and getting dirty when you've been clean for so long. I don't know what that piece is. Maybe it's dancing when nobody's looking or when they are. Just allowing yourself that piece. And I think I'm thinking about this because I had this session with an incredible person, and we are doing a collaboration, possibly in a, well, for sure. We are creating together, we're doing an exchange, we're digging in, diving in, helping one another, being present, because I think that's all it's about, cooperation and collaboration these days. And I realized that I got so comfortable, which is a rare, rare, rare moment that I'm that comfortable that I just let my true humor spill out. And the reaction was really funny because I don't think that he's ever heard me be funny. And I thought to myself, wow, what if this moment it could be like that with everyone or more people or more moments in the day, that feeling of just being free, not worrying about judgment, being feeling seen, and just being present for yourself and letting that echo out to others, and then maybe they're present for themselves. Maybe that baby spirit that's been hanging around, that's there on the way into your body or is already there, whether you're on your way to pregnancy or you're pregnant, is like, yeah, this is on. We're going forward. I can stick around. I can do something here uh, because this person gets it. And so I'm safe here. I'll be seen because she, you, uh, they are allowing that inside themselves. And ooh, that's a good place, right? People get attracted when you're in your zone, right? So I just wanted to put that out. That seemed like an important thing to echo out to you right now. And I would love to hear just how this lands for you. Um, now, if you have a comment or a question or on the replay, I welcome any comments. And yeah, and hopefully the comments are working now. I don't know. I see someone there. You are welcome to join in and say something if you need to, or something needs to be said. Okay, I don't know what's happening here, but let's hope that it's okay. I don't know. All right, I will give a couple minutes in case there are any questions or comments. I hope to work out the bug that made me a couple minutes late. I don't like being late. It's so funny. I got this to work for the live link the other day, and then it didn't today. I don't know. My brain crossed wires. I was woken up about an hour and a half earlier than I was ready for this morning. And I definitely am a little bit out of sync. That's what happens. I'm not a morning person. So, all right. I see silence, and I don't know if that means that it's what's happening there. However, if there's anything about what's being called in that comes up now or in the next days as to what piece of you is asking for more attention, is or is showing up because you have opened the door to that, then I would love to hear that. I would love to see that. You can just pop it in the comments or questions about that. And we are going to meet next week. Again, it's the last week. That's right. It's the last week in January. And if all works out well, I'll have a little surprise for you. And what else can I say? I'm just thankful for you. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you liked anything here, thumbs up. And if you're returning, then great. I've got something on the horizon I will talk about next week, and I will have a link, which I think I was attempting to create today, but yeah, life happens. So just keep listening. Trust that your midlife fertility and pregnancy path is unique, and you are unique, and that is wonderful. And I am grateful for you just listening, and your body will thank you too. So I'll see you next week, 10 a.m. Pacific, and keep listening. Bye.